Passion and effort. Words that can apply to a lot of things. Both of these things, however, can be hard to do. Being passionate about one thing in your life can be tough, and effort is something I know most people struggle with. But with something like Run with the Wind, you see the passion and effort this team puts into running displayed in full force. It's hard to elicit an emotion in film and television, but I feel the show has done it in the best way possible. This was the biggest sleeper of fall 2018. Why? It's a sports show. When it comes to sports shows, people don't watch them because they say, "Oh, I don't like sports because they're boring." Well, I don't like sports either, and I've got news for you. Sports shows make the sport less boring by introducing something unheard of in real sports: character development. Sure, you know a little bit about the pros from stuff you hear from others, but do you know important life events, life stories, or see them practice with the team and struggle to get better, not from documentaries, but in real life? No. And that's why I think sports shows are the best kind of show. Haikyuu was the first show I saw that had a perfect balance of sport and characters. While Run with the Wind doesn't have a perfect balance, it excels in character development to drive this series forward. So anyways, this show's about a fourth year named Haiji Kiyose. While leaving the bathhouse nearby, he encounters a guy who steals from a convenience store. Haiji then discovers this kid has the most perfect running form anyone could ever imagine. Haiji really wants this kid for a special project he's had in mind for 4 years. Building the best cross-country team he could ever dream of and running in a thing called the Hakone Ekiden, which is a treacherous 218-kilometer race. That's equivalent to 135 miles. But that premise sounds kinda basic, right? That's where you're wrong. While with most sports shows, the main character doesn't know anything about the sport, so as the character learns, the viewer learns. But in this show, the two main characters, Kakeru Kurihara, which is the runner that Haiji discovers, and Haiji both know running. Now, they don't really go over the exact way to run, but the show is focused more on the characters, so that's fine. Pink Ball in the animation does the same thing, and that show is really good. Haiji needs 10 able-bodied runners to run in the Hakone Ekiden. He had 9, and with Kakeru, he obtains 10. He sits everyone down and tells them the plan he's had for 4 years, which is the Hakone Ekiden. Everyone, including the extremely good runner, Kakeru, is against it, but that doesn't stop Haiji. Now, everyone besides the main two know nothing about running, so you can imagine Kakeru, the only one with running experience, hear this task. He has no doubt that this is impossible. So imagine someone who has absolutely no running experience running a marathon where each individual has to run 21 to 23 kilometers. That's equivalent to 13 miles in a specific amount of time in 10 months. Kakeru's outburst might not sound so far-fetched now, but here's the thing. Kakeru is a piece of poop. He's a character you'll despise like I did in the beginning. He whines the entire time like, "I'm not gonna run with you, your team's doomed to fail," stuff like that. He starts off as a cold individual who even threatens others to quit because they won't benefit the team. But as the story progresses, we learn why Kakeru is the way he is. He becomes more open, and the team and him become more supportive. So Kakeru initially shoots down all of Haiji's goals, but like I said before, Haiji isn't one to quit so easily. At first, Haiji coerces the other 9 by joining using any means necessary. Everyone gives and runs with Haiji and Kakeru when he finally decides to run, but they all become extremely reluctant and hesitant to continue. Haiji doesn't just give up on teaching everyone though. He helps everyone through the process of running the grueling amount I could never imagine to run. The show continues, and instead of just following along, some of the members start to enjoy running. Slowly but surely, everyone starts to love running because Haiji's enthusiasm and determination rub off on the others, and the members obtain goals that align with Haiji's. The 8 other members of the team aren't just there so the team can be a team and we can just forget about them. No, they're all important to the story. Every character has a defined personality with various problems of their own. You have King, who's a trivia master looking for a job who's pretty humble. You have Yuki, who's a law student who passed the bar on his first try and is pretty loudmouthed. You have Prince, who's a big otaku who loves manga. And these are just a few of this story's well-rounded characters. It's like this show's trying to have realistic characters or something. The characters aren't the only things that grow. The team grows significantly as well. To not working well together, to becoming a single unit, you see it all throughout the 23 episode runtime. There are even dedicated practice episodes where you see a character get down about specific things and the team bringing them back up. There's one episode, which is my favorite episode, where a character needs to reach a specific time and reaches it, but it's a time that any normal runner would scoff at. This team gathers together by throwing him in the air and celebrating his little victory. Support is important for any problem. You can't diminish a problem that might seem too small. It's a large problem for that person, and in this case, it was the runner getting a new time. When you have a show, focus is the name of the game. Many shows waste their 12 to 25 episode runtime with filler, but this show dedicates all 23 episodes to the main story. What a concept! There are episodes that are focused on specific characters which showcase more about them, and there are also episodes that show both ups and downs of the journey to the Hakone Ekiden, with some of the members getting so frustrated that they even stop running for a time. All of this leads into the most satisfying ending this show could ever have. You see these characters succeed, and when they actually focus on the characters, you can actually care. Wow! Growth is important, and when you have me hate a character in the beginning to having him become the best character in the end, it's phenomenal. Production IG is the studio behind this show, and they've handled some incredible sports shows, so I had little doubt that the series could falter. Just breathing, fast cuts, and stellar focus on more than just the running are just some techniques the director uses to make the pressure this underdog team feel immense. The animation for the running sequences are very good too. Everything moves smoothly from the shirts to the posture that some of the characters take to run. It's just great. Like I've said in the past, little details go a long way. The character designs are actually by the Haikyuu designer, so if it looks familiar, that's why. I love the sharp nature in which the characters look in both works. Every detail of the bodies is clearly defined and well drawn. This is also one show where both the opening and the ending are absolute bangers. I'm not a fan of the second part's ending, but the opening's a banger. The soundtrack's really good too. It really captures the struggle this team faces to get to the Hakone Ekiden. Other than the girl and the main coach of the team not getting shown a lot till the end and Kakeru in the beginning, this show's super good. What does running mean is a question that's brought up many times in the series and is the meat behind both Kakeru and Haiji's story arcs. While running can mean many different things, I think this show shows us that it isn't about self-gratification, but about the team, and how through ups, downs, and whatever, can be supported by a team who cares for each other. If you don't like sports, don't worry. This show is carried by its characters, themes of passion, effort, determination, and teamwork. Just try it. You won't be disappointed. If you want to watch this show, it's on Crunchyroll. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Follow the socials, like usual. Like and subscribe and comment please as well. 一度話した明日へのチケットこの場所から始まるから取り戻すためもう一度リセ改札を出て